Hi there, it's me again, Renee, and you're watching our 4th episode of Crafting Exodus. In our last episode, Moses had confronted Pharaoh, asking him to let the Israelite slaves go. But Pharaoh said no. Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he didn't believe in the one true God. But God was about to put his mighty power on display for all of Egypt to see. God was about to send 10 plagues upon Egypt against the Egyptians. Let's check them out. The first plague was that the water in the river Nile turned to blood. Ugh, gross. Moses went back to Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh said no. So God sent the second plague. There were frogs everywhere. Moses went back to Pharaoh. "Let my people go." Pharaoh said no. The next plague was clouds of gnats that went all over the people and the animals. They were everywhere. Would Pharaoh listen and let God's people go this time? Pharaoh still said no. In fact, he tried to trick God by saying yes and then changing his mind. And so then Egypt was covered with lots and lots of flies. But still, the Pharaoh kept saying no to God's people leaving. Plague number 5 wasn't very fun for the Egyptians. All of their cattle and sheep and goats and donkeys all died. But not one of the Israelites' animals died. Pharaoh still said no. God had already sent 5 plagues, but Pharaoh's heart was still hard. He refused to change his mind, so God caused the Egyptians and their animals to be covered in sores. Surely he would let them go this time. He still said no. This time, God told Moses to stretch his hand towards the sky to bring on the worst hailstorm that had ever hit the nation of Egypt. Pharaoh? Well, he still said no. Pharaoh's heart was still hard. Next plague was a plague of locusts. We're pretending they're bees in this Minecraft video. They were everywhere and destroyed everything. Pharaoh's officials were even begging him to let them go, but he said no. And so, for the 9th plague, God caused darkness to fall over the whole land. For 3 days, there was no light in Egypt. It felt like nighttime all the time. There was only one part of Egypt, though, that had light. That was where the Israelites lived. Maybe now Pharaoh would let God's people go? No, no, no! Pharaoh was so angry. He refused to let God's people go. Every plague had caused pain and suffering, but the 10th and last plague would be the worst of all. We'll look at that in the next episode. You've been watching Crafting Exodus. I'll see you next week.